nation no more. Israel is a terrorist state. Terrorist state. Terrorist state. Terrorist state. We are all Palestinians.
Hello everybody. Keir Starmer hates Palestinians. He's abusing the anti-terror law to silence independent journalists in order to protect Israel and allow the genocide to continue. Over the last few weeks, our Zionist government has been arresting peaceful pro-Palestinian activists and social media journalists. They are the only ones who are giving us an honest record of the slaughter of the Palestinians. One of the journalists was 61-year-old Sarah Wilkinson. She said that 16 police officers tried to break down her door 2 weeks ago at 7 o'clock in the morning. To avoid the door being rammed down, she opened the door to see 16 police cars and police vans filling the road. She asked to see their arrest warrants, but they refused. She said it was terrifying because half of them were wearing balaclavas. She didn't know if they were the police or not. Can't see. Where's my glasses? They slapped her in handcuffs and would not allow her to get dressed or put her shoes on. So she was frog-marched to the police van in a dressing gown. This is a peaceful activist. She suffers from Crohn's disease and they would not allow her to get her meds. They said she was under arrest for breaching the anti-terror law, but they still refused to show their warrant. When she got back home after 12 hours of questioning, she said her home had been completely ransacked with lots of needless damage, such as smashing Christmas decorations and Christmas fairy lights. They removed all of her computer equipment and her electronic devices worth £7,000. They turned the place upside down, inside out, and purposely made it worse than it needed to.
Genocide is crystal clear. Genocide is crystal clear. Genocide is crystal clear. Genocide is crystal clear. Palestine.
To be. For example, they took stationery out of a filing cabinet and returned it to a cupboard, and they took things from a clothes drawer and put it in the filing cabinet. But worse, they desecrated her mum's ashes. Her mum's ashes were in an urn in the attic, and the ashes were strewn everywhere. The urn is now only half full, and Sarah is unable to retrieve the rest of her mother's ashes. She said they looted and stole money, which is not on the seized list. They stole a passport, which is also not on the seized list. She found her medical card completely by chance. It had been stashed in a hole of a mattress. She said it was a malicious ransacking and had all the hallmarks of Israeli security. Part of the bail conditions was that she would have to produce a passport each week, but they had taken the passport. She said it was deliberate entrapment. Nearly there. Other parts of the bail conditions were that she was not allowed to use any electronic devices, including a smart TV or her phone. So if there was a house fire, she could not call 999 or she would be guaranteed 5 years under the Anti-Terrorism Act. She said the whole ordeal was terrifying. She felt she was being abducted. She didn't know for sure who was arresting her. They refused her a lawyer, but because she knew her rights, she insisted and she got one. Starmer's government wants to protect Israel.
We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. Palestine. Palestine. Palestine.
So he's criminalising pro-Palestinian activists who have a platform. Sarah has now had 6 of the 7 bail conditions lifted, and they did have a passport. This has now been returned. She reckons it won't go to court because it was all done just to frighten her and other pro-Palestinian activists. So what can we do? Liverpool Friends of Palestine and Merseyside pensioners have billboarding events at least once a week. Our messages are reaching tens of thousands of members of the public who don't use social media, tens of thousands of people who are indoctrinated by the BBC. We want these tens of thousands to be hundreds of thousands. Every week we stand on main dual carriageways and we hold placards such as Israel is a terrorist state, collective punishment is a war crime, 20,000 orphans, Israel is a terrorist state. We've got quite a few of those. So we need more people, we really need more people, and we're also doing early bird sessions. So we get on, where was it, Kaz, that we went the other day? Chalmers Street, and we get all the commuters going to work. So if you can help us just for 20 minutes, anyone who comes along thoroughly enjoys it and you leave feeling uplifted. So get hold of me at the end. We need more people to carry the placards. Thank you. Yeah, we do it in different locations. We've done it in Queen's Drive.
Palestine! Palestine! Boycott Barclays! 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 Boycott Barclays!
Town market visit speak in town by Islington. It's wherever you get lots of traffic and where there's stuff for traffic, they will read the placards. So in other news this week, over the last week, we've seen the death of 25-year-old Turkish-American citizen Ayşenur Ezgi Ergi, was killed by the IDF. She was shot in the head while taking part in a demonstration on September the 6th against illegal settlements, Israeli illegal settlements in the West Bank. And a US spokesman said that this was unacceptable, but a tragic error. Well, I wonder, is a tragic error shooting someone in the head? How many other tragic errors are the IDF responsible for?
40,000.
Yes, 40,000. Are they errors? They're not errors, they're purposeful, targeted attacks on innocent people and on anyone who protests. Anyway, Turkey has launched an investigation into her death. And in 2003, activist Rachel Corrie, she was an American activist, was also killed by an Israeli bulldozer trying to prevent the demolition of Palestinian homes. And no one was ever brought to justice for that. So just before I go on for our next speaker, just want to say a little bit about the settler violence. 703 Palestinians killed by Israeli forces and settlers in the West Bank since the 7th of October last year. And Israeli settler violence against Palestinians is part of decades-long state-backed campaign to dispossess, displace and oppress Palestinians in the occupied West Bank. Sorry, now I can't find my place on here, my eyesight's going.